Before I start, can I have all of the students come over here in front of the podium, please? Before I start, I would like to invite all the students to stand right here in front of the podium. Some of you could go ahead and sit down. Don't be shy, kids. Come on up. This is your time. Come on up. Honey, you want to come up too? Okay, she's taking care of our little ones. Is that all the kids? Okay. Good evening. Good evening to the young girls, young boys, ladies, and gentlemen. First, I want to take this opportunity to thank God for allowing us to be here tonight peacefully.
That's right. Amen.
I want to thank the people who came before all of us. I want to thank our military to provide us this free land. I want to thank our Hmong veterans who fought relentlessly with the American troops from 1961 to 1975 in Laos during the Vietnam War. And thank you all for showing up tonight to support this effort. This evening, I see young girls, young boys, men, women, representing many generations from baby boomer, Generation X, Generation Y, and millennials generation. Here for a common purpose, and that is to exercise our First Amendment right. And that is freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and the right to peacefully assemble, to fight against aggression. We are here today to exercise our right against bigotry, hate, and racism. Are we not? Are we not? Since the death of Mr. George Floyd and Jacob Blake by the police brutality, we have seen the people in Wisconsin, Minnesota, has suffered pain, concerns, and demand for justice. With the power of internet and social media, the news had traveled quickly in the United States and across the globe, which had led the people of the world to experience this pain, concerns, and seeking for social justice as well. In these recent months here in Elk Grove, there have been multiple allegations coming from our Elk Grove residents and elected officials talking about their experience of pain, concerns, and the needs for social justice. It really all because of their experience of harassment. I applaud their courage, their willingness to come forward to share with the public. Let's give a round of applause to these women. I sincerely hope that each one of them and the people that have read the news and has been infected by, has been painted by, I sincerely hope that each one of them will find resolution. And most importantly, will heal from the pain that they have endured for years. I really hope so. However, unfortunately, while these allegations has been spread in social media, the Hmong community has been targeted. Yes, we have been targeted. Instead of bringing the community together, the result of these statements had led to more pain, concerns, fear, and a greater unrest in our peaceful city of Elk Grove. This news has gone viral. Yes, it has. And it needs to be addressed urgently to protect the people who are affected by this and unite the city of Elk Grove. The remarks implicate that Hmong men use triple guard gold system and their culture to oppress women, and it is simply just not true. I said it again. It's just simply not true.
Not true!
The Hmong are some of the nicest and kindest people in the world.
That's right!
Is that true? Please take the time to get to know us, the Hmong people in your community.
We're not sheep!
Yes, we are not. So I say to generalize and accuse the Hmong community of using their family system to dominate and hold women back is irresponsible.
That's right!
At the very least. We have many Hmong women leaders who are well respected in the mainstream community and in the Hmong community, to name a few. Like Sacramento School Board Trustee Mai Vang and Merced Board Supervisor Lee Lor, who wouldn't be in their position if it was true that the Hmong system control and silence the Hmong women. In fact, the first highest elected Hmong officials as a Hmong descent was Minnesota State Senator Mi Moore. These women, along with many other women, were supported and still being supported by the Hmong man and Hmong family through volunteering and donating funds to their campaigns. I too, a Hmong man, is one of those. Historically, there are many cultural who traditionally practices patriarchal social system of gender, race, and class. But through education and time, many of these cultures have changed for the better. Today, I'm here in peace and seeking for resolutions for all parties to come together and heal the pain that we all have endured these few months. As you may or may not know, last month, I should say last couple of weeks ago, I swore on oath to run for Elk Grove Unified School Board to protect and support the Elk Grove Unified School District students and to stand with the people in the Elk Grove community. Today, I'm not at that seat, but I'm doing what I'm passionate to do, which is to protect the student, to stand for the students, and protect the community of Elk Grove. Elk Grove Unified School District is the 5th largest school district in California. We have 63,000 students, and 30% of those students is Asian. As you can see right in front of me, these are some of those students. If you were to do the math, 30% of 63,000 plus students, that comes to close to 20,000 students. And giving an example, if each family has 2 students, you're talking about 10,000 families. And can you really tell if Andrew Yang is standing right next to me, holding his signs saying Andrew Yang, and I'm holding my sign, Sean Yang. Can you tell who's Chinese and who's Hmong? No! That's the danger that we are in, people. 10,000 families are being targeted, not just the 2,000 plus Hmong students. It's the many more. So, do we see the impact and the danger in this? Yeah! So our school system can be at the forefront of systematic change to recognize who our children and family are and be accepting of them. In our current system, we expect our culture to meet us where we are at. We need people who make critical decisions about our school, stereotype other ethnic groups and culture publicly. Being culturally aware is no longer enough, as these behavior implicates that individuals who think they know a culture or a group can pass judgment without being competent about the differences of each culture. Any assumption and deliberate accusation to shame any culture is prejudice and unacceptable behavior. EGUSD represents a diverse community, 88 plus different ethnic groups, and can be the beacon of hope to heal all parties in our community by acknowledging the pain these statements have caused to the Hmong community and other ethnic groups. EGUSD can champion cultural competency practices in our school by training its trustees, leaders, and staff to ensure an intentional practice of more interest, competency, sensitivity, and empathy towards other culture. In closing, racism has come a long way, I must admit, from 10, 20, 30 years ago. But we are not where we want to be, where we need to be. Let us stand in solidarity to fight against racism, and in return, shall we all receive social justice. Here in Elk Grove, our neighbor Sacramento, in the United States, and across the globe. So let me ask you this. If you are responsible for this racial allegation, are you willing to come forward and be a part of the solution? The choice is yours. I quote, our civil rights Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, to do the right thing, the time is always right. So the choice is yours to do the right thing. Thank you. Thank you, kids. You could sit there if you want to, or you could go where you want to go. Thank you.